Hello and welcome. Today we are talking about how to go from that feeling of constant chaos in your hospitality business to a smooth, controlled, automated system. It's really all about shifting your business from a blind flight into a true autopilot mode.
So let's get right into it. Does this feel familiar? You're juggling a dozen WhatsApp messages, just hoping, praying your cleaner saw that last-minute change. You're basically running your business on a prayer and a text message.
Or maybe this one hits closer to home. Your guest's flight gets delayed, and poof, there go your evening plans. You're now on the hook for a midnight key handover. Suddenly, your personal time isn't yours anymore. It belongs to the airline's schedule.
And the good old spreadsheet. It feels so organized, right? Until one little copy-paste error leads to a double booking disaster. This right here is what we mean by blind flight. You're in the air, you're moving fast, but you have zero instruments telling you what's right in front of you.
You know, this day-to-day chaos isn't just stressful. It has a real, tangible cost. Let's break down the hidden price you're paying for all these manual operations.
First, there's the big one. A total dependency on booking platforms, the online travel agencies or OTAs. Sure, they give you visibility, and that's great, but it comes at a pretty steep price, and it keeps you chained to their system.
And here's that price tag. On average, you could be losing up to 21% of your margin just to commissions. Think about that for a second. For every $100 that come in, 21 of them might just vanish before you even get a chance to touch them. That's a huge hit.
And then there's the cost to your most valuable asset, something you can never get back, your time. How many hours of your week are just gone, spent on tasks that are completely repetitive and predictable, tasks a system should be handling?
Well, here's what the data shows. For hosts managing just a handful of apartments, we're talking about 6.5 hours every single week. That's almost a full workday spent just on coordination. That's time you are not spending on growing your business.
So, how do we fix this? How do you actually get from that chaotic blind flight to a smooth, predictable autopilot? Well, the answer isn't to just go out and buy some fancy software. It's about a logical framework, a system. Let's walk through it. This right here is the magic formula. Step 1, you define a great process in the real world, on paper, something that just plain works. Step 2, you digitize it, using tools to create a digital version of that solid process. And only then, once it's working digitally, do you automate. See, if you skip straight to automation, you just automate the chaos. This way, you build a system with actual levers you can pull, so you can see exactly what change causes what effect. No more blind flight. Okay, so what actually happens when hosts put this framework into practice? The results are, well, they're huge. Let's look at 3 specific levers that system-driven hosts are pulling to get incredible results. Lever number 1, housekeeping. The before is that mess of WhatsApp threads, frantic phone calls, and maybe some notes on a napkin. The after? It's a clean, digital tool where tasks are assigned automatically from the booking calendar, and everyone works off the same standardized checklist. And just look at the impact. The time you waste on coordination just plummets from a painful 4.5 hours a week down to a manageable hour and a half. That is a 66% reduction in the time spent just trying to get things organized. That's time you get back in your pocket every single week, forever. All right, lever number 2, the guest check-in. We all know manual key handovers are a huge time sink and a source of major stress. The solution is so simple and elegant. Automated self-check-in with smart locks.
And again, the transformation is incredible. Look at that drop. Your guests get the freedom and flexibility they want, and you get your evenings back. You get your weekends back.
This adds up to 5 hours saved per week. 5 hours. That's 20 hours a month. That's literally half a work week you've just created out of thin air. What could you do with an extra 20 hours a month?
And the final lever, this one is about your money. It's about moving away from being 100% reliant on OTAs and starting to drive your own direct bookings through a professional website that you control.
The financial upside here is immediate. You just pay out less in commissions, period. Plus, you start building a real, direct relationship with your guests, which is priceless.
And the payoff is right there in the numbers. Hosts are cutting their monthly platform fees by more than 20%. That's pure profit, money that goes directly back to you, to reinvest or to, enjoy.
Now, when you start putting these systems in place, something really fundamental starts to shift. It's more than just saving time or money. Your whole role changes. You stop being a hands-on operator, constantly fighting fires, and you become the architect of your business. This quote just says it all, doesn't it? A system scales. People get exhausted. You can't grow your business by just working harder and harder. You will burn out. But a well-designed system? That can grow almost without limits. And that really brings us to the final question you have to ask yourself. It's a choice. Are you going to stay trapped in the day-to-day grind as an operator, or are you ready to become an architect, designing a business that gives you control, freedom, and the power to scale? Thanks so much for joining me.